I am Emily McComb Baumler. I graduated in 2009. I am a softball player. I still consider myself a softball player, I guess. Um, I guess the reason I came to Marietta, I grew up in a small town. I went to a very small high school, so I could not see myself at some big campus like Kent State or anything like that. And I really wanted to play sports, but I was a 5'4", like 120 pounds soaking wet first baseman. Like no D1 school, no D2 school is ever going to look at somebody like me because, I'm the out of the ordinary human being that plays, softball and plays first base. So um, it was actually funny. I was playing at the Spano Dome up in Akron when Coach Hada, who's the assistant coach at the time, she actually saw me playing. I had a big arm brace on. I just dislocated my elbow in volleyball. And I don't know why I was playing. I couldn't throw or do anything, but I was there anyways. And she sent me a postcard in the mail and I was like, let's just go down and look at the campus. So we had driven down and walked the campus and I'm like, this is where I want to go. Because it's just a beautiful campus. And, it just seemed like everybody was smiling at you. They didn't know who you were. And everybody seemed very friendly. And ended up talking to Coach Arbuckle and all of that. And that's how I came here. It kind of was like a happenstance thing. And I think Coach Hada took a chance on me a little bit, especially with that arm brace. It was pretty massive. But yeah, that's how I got here. Now, as far as softball, let's see. I think my biggest game, I feel like, was the Worcester game, and only because that was my only home run I ever hit. They were really bad. They weren't the best team, but you hit one career home run in your lifetime. You remember that. So I think that's that's the big standout game for me personally. But team wise, I think what stands out to me and what I remember the most was our regional run. That year we were so good. I mean, we were untouchable except for Muskingum. They always beat us, but we were just so good. And it was you just went out on the field with all of this confidence in the world. And you knew you got on base, your teammate's going to get on base. They're going to score you. It was a great feeling. We'd walk around campus with, our heads held high and it just felt really good. I mean, we didn't make it very far, but it's the first time in a long time Coach Arbuckle has even been there. So it was good to, get that experience and get that for her. So once I got here on campus, I can say, after even being here 2 weeks, just the athletic atmosphere that was here. I mean, almost everybody plays a sport. Either it was a club sport or you were playing a varsity sport. And you had people from other sports going to watch you play your sport, and you would go watch those folks play their sports. And it just seemed like everybody is always constantly cheering for everybody. And it just was like we were all one big team, the entire campus, all of us. We were the Marietta College Pioneers, and we were so proud. There's always navy and white across this entire campus all day long. We're all wearing our sweatpants and our sweatshirts. We're all, our 6 a.m. practices. We're all like, yeah, we see you. And I think that, I mean, that was evident when I first got here after about a week. And it's just awesome. All these folks are all these sports that you played. And it's just cool knowing, as the Hall of Fame stuff comes up like this, that you just recognize all these people and you're like, man, they were so good. I'm so glad they're getting in. You feel really good about it. Coach Arbuckle, when I was here, put together a fantastic team, and she utilized us in the best way possible. I mean, she brought out all of our strengths at all of our positions. She put us in the right lineup, to score runs, and she did a fantastic job.